Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome if you're new. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into today's video. Today's video is sponsored by BTArtBox, and they did send over the new pink pastel tips for me to try out today. And you guys know how these unboxings go, so I'm just gonna keep it very simple, straight to the point. Of course, they also did include the step 1 builder gel, step 2 top coat, and the gel to apply these, but I'm not going to show them because I always show them and it's pretty much the same. But for the first set of nails I picked out, I did pick out the short square and a brown base. One of the things I really love that they are starting to do with these kits like this is that they are doing the tips with different shades of one color. That way you have a lot more variety, and if you want to mix them up, I feel like this is great because I love the look of the fading tips where it goes from like dark to light, where it's like an ombre. I love the idea of that. So yeah, you can switch these nails up any way you would like to, and I feel like that gives you just a lot of variety with only buying one pack of nails. And also underneath it, they are pre-prepped, so you don't have to do any of the prep work. All you need to do is just prep your nails and then go ahead and apply them. The second ones I got are, of course, the pink pastel tips still, but these are a little bit longer and they have a pink base instead of a brown. And yeah, this is basically what they look like. Again, really stunning. Also, I love these tips because sometimes it is so hard to get perfect Frenches, especially when you are trying to do your dominant hand. Like, they can be so hard, so just getting these and just applying them with the simple step of adding gel and just carrying them on will save you a lot of time. As you guys know, I love BTArtBox. These are one of my favorite pre-designed gel-X nail brands. Like, I just love the concept of these nails. They make it super easy and they are really affordable. I do have a discount code if you guys want to purchase any of these nail tips from the website. Also, I feel like these, I know I am a little bit late, but these were supposed to go up on Valentine's Day or before, so that you guys can see that they are available on the website. However, it is still not too late for pink nails because I know we love our pink nails. So I will have them linked down below if you guys want to check them out. And without further ado, let's just go ahead and get right into today's video. So what I decided to do for today's video is I'm going to be doing both hands. 2 weekends ago, I did apply some of the BTArtBox nails that I got from their Christmas package, like that huge Christmas box I did unbox. I ended up wearing the gold ones and I did apply them to both hands, and I wore them over like the weekend and I really loved how they look. So I just really wanted to wear more of these nails over the weekend, so I am going to do both of my nails, well, both of my hands on camera, so that's why you see me prepping my right hand and also my left. I did just start out with pushing back my cuticles, and then I'm gonna go in with this drill bit here. I don't know what the name of this is, but it's just basically getting up the cuticles for my nail plate and just pushing back the cuticles a little bit. The eponychium is gonna push that back to give it a more prepped and nicer look. It is a little bit awkward trying to record my right hand, so if I am going slow in like some ways, or it just looks really awkward trying to stay in frame, just don't mind it. But after I did that, I did go ahead and switch my nail drill back to forward, and I'm gonna do that same process over on my left hand. And then after I used my nail drill, I did go in and cut down my nails. I did use an old cuticle nipper. I don't know where I placed my actual nail cutters at, so I just end up using this. As you guys know, I don't do the nails on my right hand, so these nails are definitely more grown out than my left, so I did just go ahead and cut them down. And then after this, I will cut them down over on my left hand if needed, and then I'll go in with a hand file, shaping file, and also use the buffer to buff over the surface of my natural nails to remove all of the oils, and that'll finish off my nail prep. Once I'm done with all of the nail prep, I am just going to take a lint-free wipe and some alcohol and remove all of that dust. And this is how my prep nails look on both hands. And to jump into the nail design or the nails, these are the two nail colors that I'm going to be using. I am going to switch it up a little bit. Instead of using just all one color, I am going to be using this pretty bubblegum pink and also a darker pink. The idea is to have the bubblegum pink on 4 fingers and then have the darker pink as an accent nail on my ring finger. That's pretty much what I'm going to be starting off with. And then of course you have to size the nails out before anything, so you want to make sure when sizing them out they fit sidewall to sidewall. If you have one that fits a little too small, always go with a bigger one and just file it down to customize it to like the size of your nail. And also when sizing them out, make sure not to force the nail down, because when you actually put the gel inside, it might be a little bit different with the sizing, so always be careful of that. Once I got all of them sized out, I did go ahead and pop them onto my stand. This is not typically what I would do when I'm doing BTArtBox nails. I would usually just go ahead and apply them, but since I am going to do both hands and I wanted them to have an actual design, I thought it would be easier to just go ahead and do the design on top of the nails and then apply them, and then apply the builder gel and base coat. So that's basically how I'm going to do today's video. Here I am just starting off by using a hand file and just filing the little piece of like the little tip thingy at the free edge of the nails, just to make sure that they are nice and straight how I want them to be, and then I'll go in and start the nail art on top of these. I pretty much have the idea of what I want these nails to look like. This is sort of a recreation or like an inspo from Pinterest. I love to look on Pinterest for inspo. So I'm just placing some gels on my nail palette. I'm not going to use all of them. Honestly, I only end up using 2 of these colors. What happened with the pinks is that the first 2 pinks that I placed down just weren't really shade of pink I wanted, so I did end up grabbing more from my shelf and then just placing those. But on these, I just want like cutesy, like dainty nail art, and I wanted them to like be for Valentine's Day, just something really simple, nice and cute that anyone can do. So starting off with a really tiny dotting tool, I'm just creating some little strawberries on here with that hot pink gel polish, and this hot pink gel polish will also just kind of match with that hot pink nail tip that I put as the accent nail. So I just love how that kind of played together as well. I did go ahead and place the first nail into the light and let it cure. While that is curing, I'm starting on the next nail just so that I don't have to like wait 30 seconds just for it to be done. I wanted these to be done as fast as possible. So I will be alternating. Once I finish, I'll put that nail in the light and then start on another nail, just because it is a lot faster. So for this one, I am going to be doing 2 hearts, and these are going to be heart-shaped cherries. So using that same hot pink that I used for the strawberries, I'm going to be creating 2 big hearts, and then I am going to cure those first before I add on the stems. So now going back to the strawberry nails, I am going to use a tiny liner brush, and this one is from Nails by Dev. I love it because it gives me a lot of control when doing like really tiny nail art. And using that dark green that I placed, I'm just going to be adding some tiny stems. And I also added some white gel polish to my nail palette and just creating like some little seeds. Ideally, I would have did like yellow or like some like darker burgundy type of seeds, but I just end up going with white because I felt like it would be like a nice type of accent to go with this color scheme. So once I finished adding on the seeds and the strawberries, I did go ahead and place that in the light. And then going back to my heart-shaped cherry nails, I am going to be using that liner brush to create the stem for the cherries. And everything about this is pretty much self-explanatory, so I don't think I'm gonna explain every single nail, or I might, I don't know, just depending on what I feel like when it comes up. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do the stem for the cherries, and then after I cure this, we can get on to the next nail. And also, just for some highlight for the strawberry nails, since I did kind of drip that white polish on my nail palette, a little bit messy, I did just take the bigger spot and mix a little bit of pink in it just to get like this really white pinkish shade. And I'm just adding on some highlight to the strawberries, and then I'm going to go ahead and give that a cure. For the next nail, since it is a lot smaller, I didn't really know what I wanted to put on here, or like I didn't know what would really fit and what would really look right. So I am just doing some little stripe, like some tiger or zebra stripes, and that one was just pretty simple because I do want the nail art to be mainly on just the tips. So I didn't want to do like a lot of big nail art and have it over like the base color of the nails, so I felt like that was very suiting for the pinky since it was really small. I did go ahead and pop that into the light, of course, and now moving on to my thumbnail, I am going to be drawing some lips. I did get a lot of compliments in the last video where I freehanded some lips, so thank you all for the nice comments. So I just thought, why not do them over on this nail too? I feel like it would be very soothing as well, and since it is the thumb, I did have a little bit more space to do more nail art. And just like my other nail, once I finish putting the lips on there, I am just filling in some of that extra space with some dots, and then go ahead and pop that into the light. And then the last nail I am going to be doing is the accent nail, and just to keep this one simple because I am going to be adding a charm to it, so I didn't want to put a lot of nail art and like just for it to be covered up. So just for this one, I am going to take that really white pinkish that I used for the highlight on my heart-shaped cherries. I'm just going to do an outline around the smile line for the French, and that is just going to bring some of that really nice light pink back into it. And after curing for 30 seconds, this is what the set looks like, or at least one set looks like. I am going to do the same thing on the other set of nails, but for the other ones I am going to kind of switch up like the designs. As you see here, I did just go ahead and finish, and I did change up like the lips, the strawberries, the heart-shaped cherries. The only two nails that really stayed the same were the accent nail and the pinky, because it was really small. I just didn't really know what to do on it. And now that I got both of them done, I'm gonna take them off of the stand, remove all of the putty underneath. And remember, like I said, these nails are already pre-prepped, so you don't have to do any prep underneath them. Just as long as you prep your natural nails, remove the shine, you can go ahead and use the gel glue to apply them using a curing light. Now it's time to apply them. I am going to be using one of my old gel glues from BTArtBox, just because I don't like to open my new ones just to put it back in the box. So I'm just going to be using this one for now, but of course you can use your new ones if you want. All of it is still the same. I'm just placing a little bit of gel in the tip of the nail in the cuticle area, making sure that I have enough for it to cover the entire nail. This can be tricky if you are putting a lot. You just have to like work with a little bit at a time. If it's too little, then you can always add more, but you don't want to add so much to where it is like seeping out from underneath the nail, or underneath it it's like going down covering the tips of your fingertips. That is just not going to be a nice application. So always make sure that you aren't putting too much, but also make sure that you aren't putting too little, because that can cause air bubbles and it will leave air pockets in the nails for water to get underneath, and they will just pop off. But when placing them on my nail, I do start at a 45-degree angle at my cuticle area, and then just lightly add pressure towards the tip. And once I see that product spread all the way over my nail, I am just going to go ahead and give it a flash cure, and then move on to the next nail until I have all of them applied. I am going to wait to do my thumbs last, because I feel like if I do my thumbs now, they will be in the way. So after I finish applying my 4 fingers to my right hand, I'm going to do the same thing for my left. And then afterwards, I'll go back and do my thumbs, because that just made it a lot more easier for me. Always remember that once you finish flash curing all of the nails, you still have to put them in a bigger light for 30 to 60 seconds. So I did go ahead and do that to both hands off camera. And now at this point, I am going to use my nail drill and just seal around the cuticle areas, because I love to do this step. It makes it look a lot more natural, and it just makes it look a lot more seamless, as if it's growing out of my own nail bed. For this step, I did do both hands, of course, but I'm only going to show me doing my left hand just because it's a lot faster and it was a lot easier. And around the time I was recording this video, I did have to like leave soon, so I just wanted to make sure that I was able to finish these nails and finish the video before I had to leave. So I did go ahead and do that on both hands, and then I made sure to remove all of that dust. The same with this, I am going to be applying the builder gel, the step 1 builder gel and the step 2 top coat to both hands, but I'm only going to show it to my left hand. The builder gel is really thick. It is going to help to protect the French tip, and it's going to help protect the nail design that you added on top of these. Even if you don't do nail art on top of the BTArtBox tips, it is still best that you go in with the step 1 builder gel first and then the top coat, because that is going to help make the French tip last a lot longer. It will prevent it from chipping and all of that stuff. It'll make it look nicer a lot longer, so make sure that you don't skip that. After getting that cured, I'm going to be taking some rhinestone glue and 2 little bow charms and then applying those to my ring nails. After placing the bow charms how I want, I did go ahead and give them a flash cure with this little light, but I also did make sure to put both of them in the bigger light for 30 seconds to make sure that the gel was nice and cured. And then I also applied some cuticle oil, rub that in. I didn't show that process, but once I finished rubbing everything in, this is how the finished set looks. And I just think they look so adorable, really cute. I really love the heart-shaped cherries. I think those were my favorite, and then the one with the bow. I just love the bow because I love charms on my nails. And also I just love the fact that I was finally able to do another video where I'm doing both hands, because I know you guys are so used to seeing on my channel where I only do one hand and just pop them off for the next video. I just love that I was able to do both hands again, and I really love how these turned out. I did wear them over the entire weekend, and now I'm back to filming more content. I will have both sets of BTArtBox nails linked down below, the ones I use and also the shorter ones down below. I do have a discount code, make sure to check that out. And let me know what you think about today's set, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.